Hello everybody, Jeremy aka Sparks Comics here, ready to bring you guys my top indie comic picks for New Comic Book Day on August 10th. So, let's get into these. I have just 10 this time. It is a solid top 10 from publishers all across the board. We got Image, we've got Aftershock, we've got Behemoth, we've got Blood Moon Comics, we got Mad Cave Studios, we got Vault, we got Dark Horse, we got pretty much all of them on here. Lots of cool ones, several from Aftershock actually, it looks like. So let's get into this. First up on that list in the number 10 spot is Tiger's Tongue, number 2 from Mad Cave Studios, from Olivia Stevens and Diane Saku, Banton Perry. Issue 1 had a lot of cool political intrigue, a lot of prophecy topics going on, a lot of cool, interesting things there. And issue 2, here we go. Twin princesses Kalindi and Aridani must compete in 3 trials to fulfill an ancient prophecy and decide who will inherit the Claw's throne. The first trial, the Trial of Mind, forces Kalindi and Aridani to navigate a treacherous forest that unveils uncomfortable truth of the Tiger's people's rise to power. Love this. I love where this could really kind of correlate with some real life topics here, in looking at any part of the world and people's rise to power and what might have happened to get that there and who might have been stomped on to make that happen. So really cool real world ideas being thrown into this fantastical world with prophecies and a little bit of, I feel like, magical side to it as well. So, Tiger's Tongue, number 2, my number 10 pick from Mad Cave Studios. Number 9 this week goes to Mindset, issue number 2 from Zach Kaplan and John Pearson. This one from Vault Comics, issue 1, was fantastic. And really enjoying this whole idea of the mind control happening with the app. But I think one thing for me, it was wordier than I expected, but at the same time, fantastic. Some books work with extra words, but sometimes you can show it better with pictures. This one, I think it's working very well to have the extra words that really get into everything, and it fits. The artwork is just so cool for this world. After awkward dreamer Ben Sharp accidentally stumbles upon a real-life mind control signal, he and his friends set out to experiment on its mechanics and test its limits. But as they flirt with the absolute control and invade Silicon Valley's glitziest parties, they're forced to ask just how far each will go with their newfound power. So that is what's going to happen in issue 2 of Mindset. Looks fantastic. It's my number 9 pick. Number 8 this week, coming from Dark Horse Comics, is Ward. The Ward, issue number 3 of 4 from Kevin Scott and Andres Ponce. Weirdly enough, Diamond, of course, messes it up and says Scott Cavan. Kevin Scott. Dr. Nat Reeves is barely back in action at St. Lilith's Hospital for the Preternatural, and the stress is already piling on. She still hasn't informed her family, and her coworkers are whispering rumors about her previous departure. For all that, the place hasn't changed much. Each new emergency brings them all closer to the edge. Last issue, we were birthing a baby from a giant and trying to keep away people who were, looking for the supernatural in the tunnels and all that. Super cool story going on here. I do love the idea that we can take the supernatural, preternatural, and throw that in with real life medical kinds of things going on. Medical drama meets supernatural going on here. So, The Ward, issue number 3, coming out this week from Dark Horse Comics, is my 8th pick. Number 7 for this week is from Aftershock Comics, and that is Astronaut Down, issue number 3 from James Patrick and Rubine. First 2 issues, fantastic. I love this exploring different universe, like parallel universe kind of things, and different versions of yourself to find answers to the cure for the cancer that is killing the world. that our astronaut is from. Astronaut Douglas Spitzer has just been sent a devastating message from Mission Control. He now knows that his actions alone will determine the fate of his world, but a deep-rooted secret is about to surface and not only jeopardize the mission's success, but also put Maddie Spitzer of this new world into terrible danger. Maddie Spitzer, of course, his wife, who in his world did not survive. And so he's kind of in this situation of, I could be here and enjoy the rest of until I perish somehow, being with her and experience that, or I can complete my mission. And so there's definitely this struggle within his character that do I complete the mission and save the world, or do I, until I die, enjoy being with my wife again? And definitely a emotional type of struggle that we got going on here. And so this has been really incredible story so far. I love what James, Patrick, and Rubine are doing here, along with the rest of the team, Valentina Brisky and Carlos Mangual. So keep up the great work with this story. It's my number 7 pick here, and brings us to another Aftershock book for the number 6 pick, and that is There's Something Wrong with Patrick Todd, number 2, from Ed Brisson and Gavin Guidry. After being robbed and beaten, 15-year-old Patrick is left penniless and desperate to get what he needs to pay for his mom's care. He crosses lines he'd promised never to cross, hurting innocent people in the process. To make matters worse, both the machete-wielding maniac Zeus and Detective Brad Anderson are closing in on him. In the last issue, he was using mind control, essentially, to get bad people to rob banks, get him the money, and then turn themselves in. And so he was getting money to care for his mom, but also getting these bad people to turn themselves in and confess for not just the bank robbery, but for the other crimes that they have committed. And now he's in a situation where he may have to he doesn't have time to find a person like that. But there is a maniac out there hunting down maybe people like him, and the detective, of course, trying to figure out why on earth is this happening? Why are these people turning themselves in? It's all from bank robberies, but they're confessing to all these other crimes. So it's a very interesting story and premise we've got going on here. I've been really enjoying this. This team is putting together a great story for us. Chris O'Halloran on the colors, Hassan Atsuman El Hadu on the letters. I do love that Aftershock puts the rest of the team on the cover there. Does not always happen on every book. At most, maybe we get colorists. Usually the letterist doesn't get to be on the cover. And sometimes not even the colors. So I do appreciate that Aftershock throws that on to their covers. So that is my number 6 pick this week. Number 5 coming to us from Image Comics, and that is 8 Billion Genies, issue number 4 of 8 from Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. We are into the first 8 weeks as the world continues to change in the wake of genies appearing to everyone on Earth and offering them a single wish. Things are getting pretty intense. Plenty of folks have wished for superpowers, and we all know what happens when you get a bunch of superpowered people together. They fight. How will our heroes survive the powered age? So we've had all kinds of crazy things happening in this world. Now we've come to the age of superheroes in the first 8 weeks now. Gonna be some battles. Gonna be some crazy stuff going on. Then I guess, issue 5 is gonna be the first 8 months? And then we get the first 8 years. That'd be 5 and 6. There's, I guess, then the first 8 decades, first 8 millenniums. I don't know where they're going to go from there. This could be a very long-ranging story if that's the case. But, some of these people are going to die at some point. So at what point does this end and, there's no more genies around? That, I think, is going to be pretty cool. Who's going to get the last wish? I think that's pretty cool. What if someone wishes to undo everything? If that's the ending, one, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. But 2, I think that also is pretty cool. all this crazy stuff happens. Somebody's smart enough to sit and think, I want to undo this, when it's likely that I'm the last person to have a wish. And there might be one of those people out there. So hopefully that is something that gets broached and talked about in this. Can they undo everything that has happened in the last little bit? But 8 Billion Genies number 4 coming out this week from Image Comics is my number 5 pick for Top Indie Comics. Number 4 this week, Dark Beach number 5 of 6 from Michael J. Ruiz-Unger and Sebastian Perez. We've got coming back to the present day. The last issue was kind of a look back at what was going on in the past and how did things lead to here. And now we're back to Gordo. Two worlds collide when Gordo finally tracks down Eve Junge, the last remaining Sun Freak. The two realize they have much in common when shocking information is revealed regarding Gordo's mother and Project Daydream. Plans to steal the remaining Daydream data from the science and tech buildings gets halted when Eve receives a disturbing call regarding her sister Lilith from a familiar friend. This has been fantastic world that has been being built here. I just talked about this on the Final Order cutoff for issue 6. But I love the world building. I love the characters we got here. Some cool premise going on. Can't wait to see how this wraps up. But I really would love to see more from this world. And I don't think this world is done being explored. I don't know about the creative team if they're done with it. But I would love to see more of this world. So Dark Beach, number 5. My number 4 pick this week from Behemoth Comics, soon to be Sumerian Comics. So I think this is the last issue that for Dark Beach that's going to be Behemoth. Last one said Sumerian on issue 6, so we'll see. It's a pretty cool transition going on. Coming down to number 3 this week, I've got an issue number 1, and actually the last 3 are all issue number 1s. And this one goes to Samurai Doggy from Aftershock Comics from Chris, Tex, and Santos. Santos's art on a lot of things that I've seen is fantastic. So that was one thing that got me. The other was Samurai Doggy. What? Just super cool name for a comic, first of all. And then reading this description hooked me. During the 4th War of the Sun, small dog named Doggy experienced an irreparable trauma. His mother was brutally murdered and his 8 brothers, still puppies, were kidnapped by a mysterious man. To save them, Doggy fought bravely against the terrible killer, but all his efforts were in vain, and he was left for dead. What nobody imagined was that a technological vulture scavenging the region for corpses would be the one to rescue the dying dog from death's scythe. Now Doggy has become Samurai Doggy, and his only goal is to quench his thirst for revenge. Written by Chris Tex and illustrated by Santos, Samurai Doggy is a story of loss, revenge, and the journey to defeat the greatest empire of machines and robots that ever existed. Sounds like a dope time. We've got a lot of samurai-type books happening, I feel like, recently, but this one I think is one to be looking for. And that is my number 3 pick. Number 2 takes us over to Image Comics again for Deadliest Bouquet, number 1 of 5 from Erica Schultz, Carola Borelli, and Gab Contreras. Lots of cool covers on this one, but this story is one that I got to read from, let's see if I can find it over here. I might have forgotten where I put it, but one that I read from Kickstarter. Fantastic story, and I think this is one you can't miss. It's the premiere of the miniseries. It's 5 issues. They broke up the trade that came out for the Kickstarter, and here it is. Jasmine Hawthorne was a hard-edged Nazi hunter who trained her children well in the art of espionage. But in 1998, when her complicated past finally catches up with her, it is up to her 3 estranged daughters, Rose, Poppy, and Violet, to solve their mom's murder, if they can avoid killing each other in the process. Check out the art on the Previews World website. Really great. Fantastic as always from this team. Erica's writing is fantastic. Bylines in Blood was one that I really liked from her. And the mystery in this is fantastic. If you're into a good murder mystery, this is one you want to pick up. So, Deadliest Bouquet number 1, my number 2 pick this week. And number 1 this week for me, of course, it's got to go to Cover the Dead with Lime. Issue number 1 from Jonathan Chance, Hernan Gonzalez, Damien Follette, and Drew Lenhart. Fantastic team here. We had them on the channel recently, so go check out that interview. I'm going to link it at the end of this. So when you get there, click on that link. Go watch the interview. Fantastic team. I also have a review up. I'm going to probably link that wherever this goes. I think it's in this corner. So you can go check out the review I did for Cover the Dead with Lime. It's also available over on the youpromisemecomics.com website. So go check that out. Really love this start to this world. There is some cool stuff going on that we talk about in the interview. So really cool concepts that even in the design of the pages that are going on. Really awesome new zombie horror story going on here. And normally when we get zombie stories, they're set in present. You get a plague going on, but you got guns, you got things that are going to help. What about if it happens in the 1600s? The Great Plague ravishing England, killing thousands in its first year. Housebound infected homes are marked with a painted red cross warning of the spread as plague doctors are sent into towns to face the impending doom. And these plague doctors are going to have to become more than just doctors. They're going to have to fight off the infected. And the buildup of what we've got going on here, looking at our plague doctor, our main character, has been great. Fantastic. I could keep going on. I'm not going to. Go check out the review. Go check out the interview. And go pick this one up. It is from Blood Moon Comics. They're also the company that brings us Endangered. And both have been fantastic. So that is my number 1 pick this week. And that is my top 10. So go check those out. Like I said, from a lot of different publishers, all the way Mad Cave, Vault, Dark Horse, Aftershock, Image, Behemoth, more Aftershock, Image, and Blood Moon Comics. So lots of different publishers this week on the indie comics side. And as always, guys, collect what you love. See you next time.